People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Now, we've been linked with Jerome Boateng. Now, it's a difficult one because by default, I would take him because he's better than what we have. And he's got experience. He's obviously won the World Cup, Champions League, and them things there. And he would walk into our starting lineup. So there's a lot of benefits towards possibly signing him. Allegedly, they only want 20 million for the man, so that's a bit of a robbery of sorts. So there are some positives. He could be a leader and things like that. And he's 30, so he's on the wrong side of 30. But you look at Socrates, he's what, 30, 31. They could be centre backs for now, and that would also give time to possibly Mavropanos, Holding, Bielik, if he comes back and is given a chance to grow and develop and take over them positions of sorts if worthy. Ideally, I would like a younger centre half, of course, but just dealing with this rumour, there are some positives. The negatives now are, I don't know his wages, people, but if he's 30 years of age, he's going to leave Bayern Munich. You've got to think about this, people. He's got to look at the best financial package he can get. If you're going to be linked with PSG, surely they're going to give you a decent cake. Arsenal can't offer that. And even if they could, he's 30. We've got 30-year-olds that are declining and on big wages already. And we've got some other players not at their 30s with that. So why add more to it regardless of what I might necessarily think of the player? Of course, he's not Jerome Boateng of 3, 4, 5 years ago. But you see what I'm saying? So in terms of the contract length, you'll probably find yourselves, if I'm him and his agent, you're not I would want to give him a 2-year deal if he came to Arsenal with an option of a third, possibly. But if I'm him, you're going for 3 with an option of a 4, maybe even a 4-year contract. Because at his age, he's 30. He's got to think about his career is done now, really. He's got to think about where he's going to play his last bit, where he can really earn the most money before his career is done. And just in terms of security with that length of the contract that happens with that, he needs to take that. Personally, I feel at one point he'll play in the MLS or something, but he's got to think about that. So would it make sense us giving a 3-4 year deal to someone that's going to be on decent wages, probably, if not the highest earner, one of them, someone that's declining, regardless of what I might think? It doesn't make no sense, people. And in terms of his wages as well, it's the same logic. I think I tried to look at his wages, and I think it's 160 odd K a week. Again, I'm not sure if the website is legit and things, but I did think that was less than what Boateng should be earning. I thought Boateng would at least be on 200 or something, which you'd probably get at PSG, which you won't get at Arsenal. Does it really make sense on paper to add to the mix of Ozil's wages, regardless what you think about him, Mkhitaryan's wages, Kohler, who's on 100 bags, Jenkinson's on more established players in this side? There's issues with how we structure contracts full stop at this club, so why add to it more? You don't want to be stuck with a player declining. Of course, he could be a decent signing, but we're not in the position in terms of the squad where we can say, okay, cool, we'll take the risk. We know it's a hit. It's 20 million. We're not going to really make back any resale value. We're really just throwing money down the drain in terms of his contract length and things, but we want him. We're not in a position to do that, so the signing of Jerome Boateng doesn't make much sense beyond him being a decent centre-half. It isn't going to happen, people. Moving on from that, the last I actually want to speak on Mesut Ozil. Allegedly, Turkish newspapers are reporting that Ozil told Emre in Turkish after being substituted, "Wallahi, I swear you're not a coach." Now, this is the latest spat between the two now, and it has to be put to bed for both sides. Again, people have made their minds up on Emre and Ozil, and I don't want to get into that stuff, man. I only care about my football club. But if I look at the situation, they've been back and forth for how long now during the season, people, right? When Ozil was dropped, what did you hear? There was a lot of reports from the team coming out that the team are bewildered with Ozil consistently being dropped. Ozil hasn't been playing in the form to not warrant not being dropped, of course. But if the players are questioning it, what does that tell you, people? Regardless of what you think of Mesut Ozil, he's a big character in that dressing room. Are the players with Ozil more than Emre? I don't think so. I think they're just with themselves and they want to, like us, put it to bed. But if he's a popular figure within the dressing rooms and they were questioning it earlier in the season, what could they be questioning it now? What have they got to have been saying? If Ozil's confident enough to say this in person, what are they saying behind the scenes? So that's why Emre moving Ozil on is bigger than just him underperforming. He needs to win the dressing room. If he gets Ozil's a big character in this dressing room and seems to have a lot of players on his side. If he gets him out, then he can probably get some other troopers out and things. Because if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure Ozil, Kohler, Mustafi, Aubameyang, Lacazette, are all quite a tight knit bunch together, people. So some of them players are key players in the side, you'd argue. Not Mustafi, but I just want to see it put to bed. I mean, it's the latest straw. Clearly, they're beefing, but I think it goes deeper than just Ozil misperforming, Ozil needing to show more, or Emre wanting more. It's deeper than that, people. Them points are valid, but it's a battle for who reigns supreme and things. And if I actually think if Emre doesn't get rid of Ozil and doesn't sort this out, or in some capacity, he might not see out. He might not stay here beyond the second year of his contract, people, because he needs to win the dressing room. What I mean by that is clearly the dressing room are playing for him, they're fighting for him, but player power is a big thing, like you see with some other clubs. So he's gonna have to get that one spot on to a degree. There's not much more for me to add. So on that note, people, Deluded, I'm out. Thank you for watching and rocking.